This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. I am Zoe Abubeiduado. Coming up, nationwide strike looms as organized labor meets tomorrow in response to the government's continued silence on the growing Galamsey menace.
The purpose of tomorrow's meeting essentially is to decide whether by virtue of what has happened and government reluctance, whether we are going on the path of strike or demonstration.
Also coming up, Ministry of Education to meet striking teacher unions and other stakeholders in the tertiary sector to resolve their grievances, which has delayed the reopening of universities nationwide.
Tomorrow there is going to be a meeting between government and all relevant stakeholders, including the striking parties, to be able to make sure that we make a headway.
Still to come, chiefs and people of Adamrobe and the Kuapem South Municipality of the Eastern Region picket at the Roads Ministry to demand the construction of their 10-kilometer road. And later, we'll bring you highlights of the weekend's Business Olympics, where GCB Bank defended the title and pledged to do same at the next edition.
It has been an exhilarating experience. You know, this is the first time the Trust Hospital has made an appearance at these games. And so this is kind of an introduction to the game, an exploration of the games. And we promise that next year we'll come with an even bigger bang.
This bulletin is also live across our partner stations. In the Western region, we're on Premier 100.5 FM in Takrade, Beach 105.5 FM also in Takrade. In the Bono region, J Life 95.5 FM in Sunyani, Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi, Volta region, Global 105.1 FM in Ho, Adano 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya. In the Northern region, you can hear us on Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale Upper West, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura, Upper East, Source 100.1 FM in Boko, and in the Northeast region, we're on Scarp 101.3 FM in Nangpandura. Across the globe, we are live on citinewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your time this afternoon. Now, the Federation of Labour has voiced its disappointment with the government over what they perceive as a lack of commitment to addressing the rampant illegal mining activities. Organised Labour is scheduled to meet on Tuesday, October 1, to finalise its plans for a nationwide protest in response to the government's continued silence on the fight against illegal mining. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, the Deputy Secretary General of the Ghana Federation of Labour, Kenneth Kumsin, noted that tomorrow's meeting will be crucial in determining the collective action to be taken.
Do we think the government is committed at dealing with this matter? It's a question that everybody, I'm sure, has the answer. Personally, I think from the conduct, behavior, actions of government, it doesn't give any form of indication that government is committed at it. But what I want to say is that on the 17th, when we met with the inter-ministerial committee, ad hoc committee, government admitted unequivocally that the issue has gotten out of hand and that the suggestion or demands that we made as organized labor is the way to go. We go strictly according to the demands that we made, which is to embark on a nationwide strike or demonstration. In fact, the purpose of tomorrow's meeting is not the question of whether or not we are going to take an action. The purpose of tomorrow's meeting essentially is to decide whether by virtue of what has happened and government reluctance are dealing with this matter, whether we are going on the path of strike or demonstration. That is essentially the agenda.
Kenneth Kumsing is a Deputy Secretary General of the Ghana Federation of Labour. Still on illegal mining, and some mining companies in the Western region are worried about the encroachment of their concessions by illegal miners. AngloGold Ashanti, one of the mining companies affected by illegal mining, says streams and other water sources kept clean by them have been contaminated by Galamsey. The company says the encroachers also steal their property. The acting managing director of AngloGold Ashanti, Abraham Oseibedu, says the activities of illegal mining close to their concession, if not stopped, will affect their production.
The effects and the activity coming all over around our operations and then attacking some of the streams that we have, the streams that we have for a very long time kept clean all over our concession. As of now, we still do our best to keep them still clean, but unfortunately, you get to see some of them that have been tampered with from a source that is a little bit far from our operation. So it gets contaminated from a distance, then it comes through the concession. Yeah. As a mine, we do not support that. It is something that we cannot tolerate, and we are very much against those illegal activities that adversely have impact on our operations. It also introduces theft and other things that the mine is very much challenged with. They come in at various areas and steal very expensive items that we cannot do away with them, so we must find another money to go and replenish them, which is a big issue.
You heard the acting managing director of Anglo Gold Ashanti, Abraham Osei Bedu. The availability of plants used as raw materials for herbal medicine production is declining, with producers warning that this is disrupting their operations. Herbal medicine manufacturers attribute the scarcity of certain key medicinal plants to the destruction of forest reserves where these plants are found due to illegal mining activities. This situation is driving up production costs, and manufacturers say they may have no choice but to pass these costs on to consumers. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
Herbal medicine has seen a significant rise in popularity and acceptance among Ghanaians in recent times. In addition to conventional medicines, many people turn to herbal remedies for treating various health issues. However, recently, herbal medicine producers have been struggling to source key raw materials, especially plants, essential for their production. Ebenezer Ajiman, founder and CEO of Ebenage Herbal Production and Consult, calls the situation a public health concern.
If it's truly herbal medicine, then we are talking about natural medicine. So when the natural environment is affected, there's this, it's more like proportional to our activities. So we are really affected. And I can add that some of our plants are going extinct.
This scarcity of major plants used in herbal medicine production is a widespread issue across the industry.
Inside the forest, there's a galamsey activity there. When you come to the secondary forest, the same thing. Some of the herbs cannot even be found in the system now. You have to import them. It makes our business become very expensive.
Dr. Issa Nyamiche, CEO of African Champion Herbal Clinic, also expresses concern over water pollution caused by illegal mining, which is negatively impacting production.
Most of us, we are getting our source of water from boreholes. And could you believe this water that comes in, sometimes you will find out that it's very fritty, very bad. So when it passes through the filters, you have to change them every week, every 2 weeks. At first, one filter can last maybe 3 months. But now, every week, if you need a genuine filtered water to do your activities, you need to change the filter, and it's costing us a lot.
The Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana recently warned that the country may be forced to import water to support local pharmaceutical manufacturing if the illegal mining issue is not urgently addressed. This concern echoes across the herbal medicine industry, where rising production costs are becoming unsustainable.
If someone travels a longer distance or even outside the country to purchase ordinary raw materials, it will come back to the consumer to also pay that price, and it affects the economy in general.
These increased costs will inevitably be passed on to customers who shop at herbal medicine retail outlets. In this market, customers have expressed frustration over the rising prices of the herbal medicines they buy.
It's now the miners have now entered into our reserve forest that the herbalists get their products from. So, like, they have to increase the price. They have no option.
The price has gone up more than 60%. But when you ask them, they will tell you that because of the material also risen up. So you can't get it like before.
Comparatively, the price is too dear. Because we have, let's say, 50 cedis, I can't buy 2 drugs.
First, they're not pricing it, but you see their price now. I pay that cost. Oh, so I'm more able to more. They want to make us and you're not more there. Nebo iodine. So I don't know cash anything.
Customers also condemn the illegal mining activities.
The illegal mining has affected everything. The water bodies has been destroyed. Cost of living is not high because. If you go to those villages to bring the food item, the price you get it there is even higher than what they say at Kumasi here.
It's a worry because I don't think right now the raw material will be original like before because of the chemicals they use. We know, but they can't help it. You can't get the real ones, the original ones as before from anywhere.
The producers of these herbal medicines say the illegal mining activity is affecting the cost of production, and they have no option than to pass on the cost to consumers who come to buy at retail shops like this one. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News, Kumasi, Ashanti Region.
We turn our attention from illegal mining now, and lawyers representing the Democracy Hub protesters have voiced their support for the upcoming Free the Citizens demonstration scheduled for October 3 to October 5. This protest was sparked by the arrest of Democracy Hub members, which led to a widespread social media movement under the hashtag Free the Citizens. The campaign has gained significant attention with support from activists, media personalities and international figures. In an interview with Citi News, a member of the legal team, Noble Nelson Amedowonu, urged the police to exercise caution and respect their boundaries to prevent a recurrence of last week's incident.
Yeah, if the police right now is trying to agree on the demonstration, the venue and the things that they are going to take. So it's something that we are all for in there. This will press on the demand that who wants to know that or the accused persons are innocent. Because this is a protest that was planned with the police. The police went to court to get a court order against the demonstrators from demonstrating at a particular place, which is the Revolutionary Square. And we all know that on the third day, the police were guarding the third place heavily. So there was no way that the protesters could have processed to that place. The court can be done differently if the police know their place exactly and what to do. It will prevent all these things that have happened in this particular situation. If the police are able to know that, okay, this hours is to guide you and make sure that you are also protected during, because mind you, the people demonstrating are also citizens, so they need protection.
According to the lawyer, the treatment of the detained protesters was inhumane and refuted claims made by Deputy Attorney General and the police service that no pregnant woman was arrested during the protest.
If we have reliable information that the lady is pregnant, they've given us copious documents which prove that the lady is pregnant. And I know that the police requested for medical confirmation. They've never requested for any medical confirmation of claim. So I don't know where they have the erroneous impression from that they conducted any test on the lady, the third lady. No, it's not true. So purely the police are doing all this in bad faith. They are not providing them food, and if they want to provide them food too, they want to take them pictures in such an inhumane condition. How can that be? Therefore, we know the Constitution prohibits against all inhumane treatment while being in detention.
Noble Nelson Amedowunu is a member of the legal team for the Democracy Hub protesters. You're still listening to the Election Bureau, and this is the Citi Prime News. Still to come, chiefs and people of Adamrobe and the Kriapem South Municipality of the Eastern Region picket at the Roads Ministry demanding the construction of their 10-kilometer road.
Assuming that is even politically motivated, why do we vote? Why do we get leaders? Leaders are supposed to solve problems. So if you are in position and you are not solving the problem, what do we do?
Stay tuned. We'll bring you the details of this story and others when we return. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117. And on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You all come back. Now, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has approved the new guidelines for the disbursement of District Assembly's Common Fund. This was revealed by the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations after the group earlier this month picketed at the ministry over the delay in approving the guidelines. The guidelines will, among other things, ensure an effective management and utilization of the disability quota in the DACF and address the emerging challenges of persons with disabilities. President of the Federation of Disability Organization, Joseph Homaji, has been speaking to Citi News.
I want to, on behalf of GFD, want to express our profound gratitude to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection for that management in charge. The feedback is that the minister has signed and the local government minister has also signed. Two ministers were supposed to sign the document. So both ministers have signed the document and have been launched by Ghana to move it together with GFD. So we are grateful to them for the document for us. Now the document is ready to be used for the disbursement of the common fund. That's where we are now. As for the document, it's ready. So as and when the document, the lists are done, then the district assemblies will use the guideline to disburse the funds to our members.
Joseph Homaji is president of the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations. Now to one of our headline stories, where the Ministry of Education will tomorrow meet various stakeholders in tertiary education to find an amicable solution to strikes initiated by some worker unions on university campuses. This follows a decision of public universities to reschedule their opening dates due to the strike by TEWU, Senior Staff Association and TUSAG. Speaking to Citi News, Public Relations Officer of the Education Ministry, Kwesi Kwarteng, says the ministry is hopeful the meeting tomorrow will bring an end to the numerous labour agitations.
So tomorrow, Tuesday, the 1st of October 2024, government is meeting with the striking labour forces at the Ministry of Education, and the meeting is scheduled 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That the Ministry of Education, of course, together with the whole government side, be meeting with the striking university unions. And we are very hopeful that tomorrow, after our meeting, we'll be able to build a consensus and make a headway. I'll have to confirm the composition of the meeting, but I am very much aware that tomorrow there is going to be a meeting between government and the all relevant stakeholders, including the striking parties, to be able to make sure that we make a headway.
Public Relations Officer at the Ministry of Education, Kwesi Kwarteng. Now, the Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAG, says government is yet to respond to concerns raised about the conditions of service of members. This comes after the group on September 27 called for a strike due to the employer's failure to earn obligations under the collective bargaining agreement. Touching on the impact of the strike on students, Chairman of the Accra Technical University branch of TUSAG, Dominic Ampa, stressed that government would have to resolve matters immediately to resolve the matter.
The government is not fulfilling his parts. Senior members non-teaching in administration, we don't go to strike. Normally we don't go when others are going, we don't do, because of the essential services, finance, audit, academic affairs, registry, and other services in the various faculties of the university. We don't go on strike, because the moment we go on strike, all these things will affect the university badly. So I think the government should look at this issue very critically.
You heard the chairman of the Accra Technical University branch of the Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAG, Dominic Ampa. Now to some sad story in the Bree Girls Senior High School in the Eastern Region this morning, the sudden loss of its headmistress, Cynthia Enim. The headmistress died while visiting Rome. Italy for an educational workshop. She was in the company of Deputy Minister of Education, heads of some senior high schools and some selected students. Cynthia Enim was a devoted educator widely respected for her dedication to enhancing the quality of secondary education in Ghana. She was participating in an international workshop aimed at improving educational standards when this tragic event took place. Now, the chiefs and people of Adamrobe in the Akuapem South Municipality of the Eastern Region have picketed at the Ministry of Roads and Highways, demanding the repair of the 10-kilometer road running the community to Ebri. According to the people of Adamrobe, attempts to get local authorities to fix the road have not yielded any results, hence the trip to the Roads Ministry in Accra to present their petition. Dr. Raymond Techi, an opinion leader in Adamrobe, tells Citi News the nature of the road will have a major influence in the voting pattern in the December elections. We'll be bringing you the voice clip of Dr. Raymond Techi shortly. But before then, the New Patriotic Party is promising to address concerns of fisherfolk on the access to premix fuel if it is re-elected in the 2024 polls. This the party seeks to do through provision of solar-powered outboard motors, according to the party's flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. This will resolve the fuel shortage that frequently hits the fishing community. He was campaigning in Jomoro and noted that a pilot program will begin next month.
Solar power no so yebe fa aboa afarefu fishermen in Ghana. And then fishermen afarefu omu biggest problems here mienu outboard motors, any pre-mix fuel. Sa enya sa afarefu problem no. My dream upa yenya solar power idea, you can't say.
We will use solar power to support fishermen. Their biggest problem is access to premix fuel for their outboard motors. We want to use solar power to run the outboard motors. All fishermen will be registered and will be supported with solar-powered outboard motors for which they will pay in installment. With this, there will be no need for premix fuel. We will run a pilot program from next month.
How it is going to work. We have registered all the boats. Outboard motors no na omu tuya kakra and then it will change. But ebese san yema bebre because omu here pre-mix fuel biome.
That was the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Now to our earlier story where the chiefs and people of Adamrobe in the Akuapem South Municipality picketed at the Ministry of Roads and Highways demanding the repair of their 10-kilometer road. Let's now hear from Dr. Raymond Techi, who is an opinion leader in Adamrobe.
We've taken all necessary steps. So even if let's say assuming that it is politically motivated, assuming that it's even politically motivated, why do we vote? Why do we get leaders? Leaders are supposed to solve problems. So if you are in position and you are not solving the problem, what do? That is a challenge, the problem we have in Ghana, that we keep incompetent people in position. But honestly, this is not politically motivated.
Dr. Raymond Techi is an opinion leader in Adamrobe. Now, some participants of the Business Olympics 2024, which took place at the Eden Heights Sports Complex in Weija on Saturday, September 28, have already begun booking their spots for next year's edition. According to them, the event, which was well organized by Channel 1 TV and Citi FM, afforded them the opportunity to exhibit their prowess in various sporting disciplines, have fun and network. Citi News' Philip Nilati has more in the following report.
As is customary at the City Business Olympics, the event commenced with an aerobics session to warm up both the participants and the atmosphere for the competitive activities. After nearly an hour of aerobics, the various sporting disciplines, which included 7-a-side football, basketball, sack race, volleyball, tug of war, arm wrestling, and the CEO's challenge began. As the saying goes, the end justifies the means. And the men were separated from the boys.
And GCB pulled Maritime Hospital. Last year you won this competition. What really is the secret?
Well, as GCB Bank Limited, we believe in continuous improvement. So after winning, we didn't just go and sleep. We went and we worked on it. Others have new tactics to win again, just to prove a point.
And this is the final between Alisa Hotel and Trask Hospital.
Hold on to the next year, the very next year, and the very next year after. We are going to shoot them down anytime, any day.
Until we decide that now we are relaxing for any company to come in. Sure. Apart from that, being the chairman of the sporting committee in Alisa Hotel, every year we are taking this cup.
It is the finals of the draft indoor game. Let's see who is going to win this game. It's a game of thinking. It's between DAS PLC and GCB. The draft game just ended, but let me speak to the winner.
My name is Samuel Amuzu, DAS Pharmaceutical. I think a lot, but the final game was not difficult for me like the semi-final.
A very interesting game is the tennis, and currently the semi-finals is done for the men. And let's speak to the acting chief executive officer for Trust Hospital, who was expecting to enter the finals, but unfortunately he is not going to finals. What will you say about the entire game? How exciting is it?
It has been an exhilarating experience. You know, this is the first time the Trust Hospital has made an appearance at these games. And so this is kind of an introduction to the game, an exploration of the games. And we promise that next year we'll come with an even bigger bang.
After the event concluded, GCB Bank once again emerged as the dominant force in this year's Business Olympics, organized by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. Some elated participants expressed their eagerness to attend the next edition of the CBO.
So far, so good. We've already enjoyed ourselves as a team. Apart from being exercised, the networking has been good, and I think it is something good to be continued. Next year, God willing, we are coming full soon.
It's been fun, and I feel like it's just an occasion for some people to just release stress. So overall, it's been really nice. As you said, I would encourage them to come because it's a fun experience. It's lovely, and I think it would just be good for everybody to experience something like this once in a while.
Oh, next year they should register and also allow their staff to participate because it's fun. It's about team bonding and then networking.
Head of Events and Partnerships at Channel 1 TV and Citi FM, Firma Edunyame, couldn't hide her joy over the success of the event. She promised that next year's edition would be even bigger and better.
We hope to grow it, to make it greater, better and exciting. I mean, if we get to know that there's the need to expand it to a 2-day event, why not? We will do that. But as it is now, it's really been great and everybody has been very excited.
The event was powered by Channel 1 TV and supported by 97.3 Citi FM with sponsorship from Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, Expert in Shipping and Logistics, Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited, and the Luckiest.
City News' Philip Nilate filed that report. Before we leave the National Democratic Congress, the NDC says its demand for a live telecast of an IPAC meeting scheduled for Tuesday, October 1 is to ensure transparency in the electoral process. The Electoral Commission earlier rejected a call by the NDC for the Commission to allow an independent audit of the voter register over identified anomalies, but has since, in its communication, assured that all concerns have been addressed. The IPAC meeting at the instance of the Commission is thus to prove that all corrections have been made. But in an interview with Citi News, the NDC's Deputy Director of Elections and IT, Dr. Tanko Rashid Kompita, stressed that the live telecast is essential in buying the confidence of Ghanaians.
Well, we think that it is very, very important to have this live broadcast because of the enormity of the issue at stake. Because this 2024 general election hinged on the register. everything about the election is about the credible register. Now, so if the hulabaloo about the register is about be resolved in a way, because the Electoral Commission, according to their response to us, that we should come and they will indicate to us how they have resolved all the issues that we are raising, then it is important that the media come along with us.
That was the NDC's Deputy Director of Elections and IT, Dr. Tanko Rashid Computer. That'll be all for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. For more news, visit citinewsroom.com. My name is Zoe Abubeiduado. Keep listening to the Election Bureau. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.
Citi 97.